Okay, here we are after week 14. Got a couple of different projects going here. This right here is our clear cover over our bar area, and here you can see where they were working on that. That was one of the main things that they got finished up, putting that transparent cover over the bar area there on the roof. Didn't make a video last week because really not that much dramatic difference to show from week 12, honestly. A lot of different projects they're working on. Here is they had to scrape off this this stuff here that was covering that acrylic whenever they shipped it. I guess they had this stuff on it, you know, to protect it, and so it's kind of a pain in the butt, from what I understand, getting all of this stuff peeled off of there. In the background, of course, you still got all these other people finishing off some of that. Don't know why my kitty cats always decide to show up right when I'm doing one of these voiceovers. I was out earlier buying some stuff at Sam's Club, and I guess they all missed me now I got home. They all want to come out and wake up and chat. The other thing there I'm doing right now is they're trying to get the railing put up around the roof deck there too. So there you can see, got part of it on. Hope that stuff cuts out the UV light and stuff. Be nice if it does a little something to keep things cool up there. Right there you can see along the edge they're working on that railing. Got a lot of those walls finished there now compared to earlier. Once again, these clips are not in any kind of perfect chronological order, just some stuff from the last couple of weeks that I pulled out of my wife's messenger from her mom to show what's going on. And there you can see the railing. We looked at a couple of different kinds of railing. The one that we were looking at kind of had, you know, some horizontal bars on it, and I guess they decided that might not be the best thing. You know, kids decide to start climbing on it and everything, so it's basically going to be, you know, vertical bars in there. And there's our water tank. In our last video, they were starting work on that and putting up that support, but now they've got that up too, towering over everything back there. And our 2,000 liter water tank. Lookout tower. Hopefully the kids don't all decide to climb up there and bungee jump or anything. Here's a view from out on the road that goes by. Still have a good bit of trees and stuff there that kind of hide things a little bit. And that's the back of the house, and that low wall there, where the back and along that side is going to be, lower than the front. I mean, just because everybody, when you see plans for a house in the Philippines, everybody always wants a dirty kitchen, and so I originally envisioned coming out the back there and having a dirty kitchen area or whatever, but I don't think we're really worried about that with all that area up top to cook stuff. I personally am not as bothered by stuff that a lot of Westerners are. Like if somebody wants to... My wife is actually more bothered by the smell of, dried fish and stuff like that in our house than I am. I think here we're going to go inside on the bottom and take another look at the stairs and the progress that they've made on the stairs. Those are the things they've really been working on. That cover up top, started work on the railing around the roof deck, and doing more stuff on the stairs, and as far as the railings and a lot of the other things, just kind of finishing some of those walls and the stairwell and so forth. And then after that, we'll see a little bit where they're working on the ceiling. So at this point right now, it's just kind of getting some of that stuff finished up, and then kind of slow, steady progress. Not like they're adding any more major structural components or pouring any more floors or anything. So I think here he's just kind of chipping away at that before they finish the back of it. Actually, that's like the left side of the house, looking at it from the front. The dogs are enjoying it. I think they've started working too on the kitchen counter now, and back along that back wall there. You remember in that last video, or maybe you don't, going across there horizontally was that big concrete beam, and they got rid of that, knocked that out. I think they still have that rebar going across there, at least at the moment in these pictures. Gives them something to put those boards on and stuff to walk on and things like that. You can see there they've gotten a lot of that nice and smooth now. Just a process of finishing up all those walls and getting ready to put the windows in. I'm hoping that mainly, it's the one thing I want to really get done is the windows and the doors. Get it all sealed off. Maybe in the next video I'll show the doors we were kind of thinking about. We've been talking to people about getting those picked out so they can get those all made up. That's kind of my main focus right now, is hopefully getting everything sealed off so my wife's mom and our nieces can get in there from there, because we really wrecked their house where they were living. We need to get them out of there and out of the weather so they can have something more weatherproof. Get at least a couple of those rooms finished up so they can get in there. There's some of our relatives checking out the place, sitting in our living room. You can see in the background there, along the edge, I think they're working on that, the counter, trying to get things going for the counter back there where the sink and the range is going to be. The one oven and stove that my wife really likes, kind of hard to get it over there, I think, in Mindanao. In Metro Manila, they'll deliver it for free, but I don't know how we'd get it over to Mindanao. And here, see, they've got a lot of the walls smoothed out pretty good, and they're working on the ceilings. That right there is like looking back from the kitchen through the dining room area. This is just some detail of the railings and looking down, coming down the staircase there into the living room. Lots of nice open space down there. Should be pretty cool. And you've got this big, giant, tall window here. Looking up into the ceiling of the second floor there. And this is the living room right here. And back out to the front entrance. Here's some of the material that they bought for installing the roof. That's the other main thing that they're working on right now. You can see working on a lot of the wiring, getting the framing in there for the panels for the ceiling. And there you go, where they've started putting that in. Working on the wiring. My wife said the electrician, like the one supplier that we've been using mainly, he doesn't really like the stuff they have there for the wiring. They don't really have the brand he likes. So he's been, we've been getting that from a different place because he feels that it's, higher quality, safer, which I don't mind that. Nice to have it done right. This is downstairs once again. You can see there's the CR that we've got downstairs. Over on the other side of that, back in toward the rear, we're supposedly going to have some kind of like a walk-in pantry. But this is just a variety of shots showing where they've got the walls kind of finished off, and the materials, putting in that ceiling. That's the main project right now. Since they got that cover on the roof, get the ceilings all done and get the railing around the top. And I'm hoping after that we can get some of these windows and doors put in. I'd like to get that main stuff done so that after that we can kind of take our time if we need to on some other stuff just as time goes by. I know the builder has a lot of other projects going on too, where he's sent some people to get started on some other things. So hopefully we can just get that main stuff all done here, where we don't really need a lot of people, and it comes to just painting some stuff and finishing off some windows or whatever. Don't really need that much of a crew around. And so this is pretty much it. I'm not sure when I'll get around to making another update. Might be another couple of weeks. At this point, like I say, it's not like they're making some big, huge, dramatic, progress every week. Some big new structural component. Just kind of putting the finishing touches on everything and getting that ceiling in. Got our nice big water tank up. At this point, I don't know, it's getting really close to being done. I mean, there's still going to be some work that needs done, finishing things off and polishing things up. But it's nice to see that all the major construction is pretty much done. So that'll pretty much do it for my week 14 update.